Be me, 26, software developer, work from home mostly. Occasionally go to office for meetings. Office has this open floor plan thing. Everyone sits together, marketing, HR, dev team, all mixed. There's this new hire, Sarah, fresh out of college, women's studies degree. Somehow landed a marketing coordinator role. First week she's all smiles, very enthusiastic. Talks a lot about changing the workplace culture. Second week, the posters start appearing, little printed quotes on the walls near her desk. Things like a woman needs a man like a fish needs a bicycle. And the future is female, nobody says anything. HR approved it apparently. Third week, she starts a lunchtime group. Calls it the Women's Empowerment Circle. Sends a calendar invite to every woman in the office. Does not invite the men. Explicitly says in the invite, women and non-binary colleagues only. I see the invite forwarded by accident to my inbox. I think nothing of it. Whatever, not my group. Then James from accounting notices it too. James is harmless. Just a normal, quiet guy. Brings homemade sandwiches every day. Minds his own business. James casually mentions to his manager, "Hey, would it be okay if we started a men's professional development group? Something for networking and mentorship." His manager laughs. Not meanly, just caught off guard. She says she will look into it. 3 days pass, nothing happens. James sends a follow-up email. HR calls him in for a meeting. I find out about this because James tells me at the coffee machine. He looks genuinely confused, not angry, just confused. He says HR told him the group could be seen as exclusionary and that it might create a hostile environment for women. I ask him what they said about Sarah's group. He stares at me. They said that one is about empowerment. It is different. I drank my coffee. I say nothing. That week, Sarah starts doing these little presentations. During lunch, 5 to 10 minutes. Just standing up near the kitchen area and talking. First one is about the gender pay gap. She cites a statistic. Says women earn 77 cents for every dollar a man earns. Derek from Dev raises his hand. Derek is the kind of guy who reads everything. Very annoying at parties but useful in meetings. He says that figure compares all male and female workers. It does not control for occupation, hours, or experience. When you control for those, the gap shrinks significantly. Sarah looks at him like he just insulted her mother. So you are saying the gap does not exist? Derek says, I am saying the raw number is more complicated than one statistic. Sarah says, this is exactly the kind of dismissal women face every day. Everyone goes quiet. Derek eats his sandwich. I watch the whole thing happen like I'm watching a nature documentary. The next day, Sarah sends an email to the team. Subject line, creating a safer space for important conversations. It is 3 paragraphs long. It says that some colleagues have been disrupting the empowerment presentations. It says this behavior makes women feel unsafe. It encourages people to reflect on their privilege before speaking. Derek replies to the entire thread. 1 sentence. I cited peer-reviewed research. HR calls Derek in for a meeting. James and Derek are now both in HR meetings. Neither of them raised their voice. Neither of them said anything rude. I sit at my desk. I keep working. At lunch, Sarah comes to sit near me. I am eating alone. Reading something on my phone? She asks if I saw her email. I say yes. She asks what I think. I say, I think open discussions are good. She smiles. I knew you would get it. You are one of the good ones. I do not know what I am good at compared to. That evening I am on the train home. Some older man gives up his seat for a woman who just boarded. She does not say thank you. Just sits down and looks at her phone. I watch this. I think about James asking for a men's group and getting called into HR. I think about the man standing on the train, who got nothing for his courtesy. I think about the future is female poster on the wall. I do not think anything dramatic. Just a quiet and strange feeling. The week after that, I get added to a project with Sarah. Marketing needs developer support for a campaign page. First meeting goes fine. She is actually pretty competent at her job. Knows what she wants visually. Second meeting, she brings up the copy. Wants the landing page to feature a quote. She suggests because a woman's work is never done. I say sure, if the client approves it. She says, I thought you of all people would appreciate that. I ask her what she means. She says, you seem progressive? I think about how I have not said anything political in months. I realize she has decided what I believe. Based on me not arguing with her, I keep working. That week, Sarah starts dating one of the senior managers. His name is Richard. Richard is wealthy, confident, and not particularly progressive. He drives a very large car. He once said the diversity training was a bit much. Sarah stops doing the lunchtime presentations. The Women's Empowerment Circle quietly stops meeting. The posters stay on the wall, but nobody references them anymore. James never gets his men's group approved. Derek starts eating lunch outside. I keep working. One Friday afternoon, I overhear Sarah on the phone. She is talking to a friend. I'm not eavesdropping. The office is open plan. She says, Richard just takes charge, you know? I actually really like that. I know it sounds bad, but I like a man who knows what he wants. I continue staring at my screen. I type a function. It does what I need it to do. I do not say anything to anyone. The following month, there is a company town hall. The CEO talks about diversity initiatives. They are launching a mentorship program, specifically for women and minorities. James raises his hand. He asks if men can also access mentorship. The CEO smiles carefully. We want to prioritize historically underrepresented groups. First, James nods. He writes something in his notebook. After the meeting, I catch up with him. I ask what he wrote. He shows me. It just says, historically underrepresented. And then a question mark. I nod. We both go back to our desks. That evening, I open the group chat of my old friends from university. Someone posts a meme about men not being allowed to have feelings. One guy agrees. Another says it is exaggerated. A third says society is collapsing. I scroll past it. I think about what actually happened at my office. Nobody was a villain, not really. Sarah believed what she said. At least during the lunchtime presentations. Derek was technically correct, but he was also a little smug about it. James just wanted what Sarah already had, and was told it was different. Richard is dating Sarah now, and he never attended a single empowerment circle. The posters are still on the wall. I get off the train, I walk home, I make dinner. I eat alone. I think about how the world is full of people who are very sure they are right, and very unsure why things keep not working out the way they expect. I think about the fish and the bicycle. I think about the man on the train standing up. I think about Sarah saying she likes a man who takes charge. I do not feel angry. I do not feel smug. I just feel like I have seen something small and specific and true, and I do not know what to do with it. So I wash my dishes and I go to bed. MFW, the revolution comes with a calendar invite and ends when Richard texts back.